Welcome to Topstep Funded Trader Interview. I'm Eddie Horn, and today we've got Dylan, one of our former funded traders. And Dylan's going to tell us about his journey from our trading combine to the funded account. And before we start, remember, have your pencil sharpened, have ink in your pen, because taking notes will benefit you down the road. So let's bring him on here. Dylan, how you doing?
Always good, man. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. And Dylan, you've been with us for a while.
Yeah,
You
about a year
have
and a half, I believe.
about a year and a half. You've seen
A
some
little over
success,
a year, a little over a year. Yeah, yeah.
okay, and you've seen some failure, and that's what we're going to talk about. And I really appreciate you coming on and talking about this. But before we get on, tell us about yourself.
Um, well, I kind of from all over. I guess I don't really know where to start. I kind of just found trading, and ever since I found it, I just been tunnel vision focused on it, and that's pretty much about me. Just try to stay as positive as possible each day.
Okay. Now, what led you to this career in trading?
Well, it's funny. I had my hand at I tried to be a professional sports bettor. Did that for a year, and as you could imagine, did not work out very well. And then I actually found I'm from Seattle, and I actually found a trader up in Seattle that was from California. He was about my age. He had a Lamborghini. He said he was a trader, and I reached out for him to get some drinks, just to chat, hang out, and see what it was all about. And the only part in my journey where I feel like I got lucky was him actually accepting to go out to drinks with me because he had no idea who I was. He was new to town, so he just wanted some friends or to meet someone new. So that's where I feel like I got really lucky. And he trades small caps, penny stocks, kind of like the whole warrior trading stuff.
Really?
And it was like all new to me. But then like he showed me his think or swim, and he showed me that he made like $5,700 that day. And like from that minute, I was hooked. And so he gave me a bunch of tips of videos to look up. Like I said, just from there went down the YouTube rabbit hole. And then I did sim trading on Thinkorswim for probably about like 3 months, and that was when the market was just kind of steadily going up. Really easy time to make money, and I got into option trading and like kind of like just large caps and stuff. And the first month I was in it, I made like $12,000. I was like, wow, this is super easy. This is great. Next month I made like five. I was like, okay, a little harder. And then December was when everything kind of started taking a nosedive, and I had no idea what I was doing. And then just kind of got chopped up for the next probably 4 months. And then I kind of found futures trading. So
Found the futures. Found the futures. What's your
yeah.
preferred market to trade in, and why?
Um, like as in type of market or like what I like to trade.
What do you like to trade now?
I Nasdaq only. I
Nasdaq.
keep I keep the ES up as reference. But I just love the way the Nasdaq moves. It's got a special place in my heart.
Okay. All right. Now,
Yeah.
share with us, how do you stay up to date on market trends and news?
I keep open I think investing daily or investing.com or something like that.
Yeah.
And I have a routine every single morning. That's like the first thing I do is I check that. I mark up support resistance levels, and then just kind of trade my strategy each day.
Right. Indicators, you use them?
Yeah. I mostly go off of support resistance. But I guess my favorite indicators, I love pivot points, VWAP, clearly as everybody else. I have some like EMAs on there, but I don't really pay too much attention to them. I just know everybody else does, so that's why I keep them on there. And MACD, larger
Okay.
time frame MACD.
Do us a favor, Dylan. Walk us through your typical trading day. Getting up, loading on, and trading.
So I'm in Seattle, so I wake up at 5:30 a.m. Before I even turn on the computer, like I pour a cup of coffee, get a thing of water, turn the charts on, and before I even look at the charts, I look at like I said, I look at the news. I don't really trade the news, but I just want to make sure when not to be, or when to just look out for volatility.
Right.
And then, like I said, again, first thing I do is I check out the support resistance levels. I mark up my charts. I double check those support resistance levels with I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but Vincent Desiano on YouTube. He marks up his charts really nice, has good analysis. So that's like my morning routine. Then I get the charts up, kind of have like I try to create a not super strong bias. I try to like kind of have like a trade direction or a market direction in mind, and then because that way, if it goes against what I'm thinking, I can kind of like sit back and reevaluate. But then when it is going the way I'm thinking, then that's when I kind of double down and really follow through.
Managing risk. What's your best take?
Like I said, I try to be. It's a lot easier said than done, but I try to be at least like a 4 or 5 to 1. My favorite, like my like A+ favorite thing to trade. I don't think it's an actual name for it, but are like flat top bear flags on the 2000 tick chart, where it like goes up and then the next candle goes and there's like barely a wick or no wick at all. So then I try to get in at the very beginning of that candle. That way I'm only risking like $5 at the most, for the top of the next wick, and then down past the previous support. Okay. That's like my favorite setup to do.
Now I see that you had some highs and you had some lows, and you saw success, you saw a payout, you paid yourself out. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I guess back to the previous question, about managing risk is, I try to keep it low, but then at the same time, if I'm at the support resistant levels, I try to keep my risk a little higher, and I kind of risk like 950. I try to risk the most I can, for like kind of those bigger days. Like I think my biggest day was 2,700 for the morning, and I think I was risking about $800 or something like that. So
no, you were funded, and
okay.
Something happened. Tell us about that.
So my Wi-Fi went out, and I had a bracket order. I got up to go to the bathroom, try to fix the Wi-Fi, and I didn't realize I had the bracket order. Came back, and it's just, it's something that it's not the first time it's going to happen. It's not the last time it's going to happen. It's just part of the game. Just like how platform, failures or shutdowns, it happens with Thinkorswim too. It happens with all these big time platforms. And it's just, it's frustrating and super, kind of hard to deal with in that day, but it's something that everybody deals with, a handful of times throughout the year,
It's fact, and it's going to happen. So expect it. I got a question here about your improvements. You've got funded, lost it because of the Wi-Fi and so forth. But, we were talking before I hit the record button, and you're like, oh, no big deal. I'm in step 2. I'm going to get funded. No big deal.
Yeah.
I love that attitude.
It's
Go ahead.
Go for it. I would say it's the only attitude to have, really, if you want to kind of, because it's again, just back to what I was saying, is like, it's going to happen. Like, you just got to deal with it, and you just got to move on. You go right back to step 2. It only takes you 3 to 5 days at past if you just keep trading the same strategy you have been. Then it takes another 5 days to get funded. So it's a 10-day step back or setback. No big deal.
Now, how about improvements? What are some significant improvements that you've made with your trading that you can share?
I think the biggest improvement where I really started seeing success in my actual trading was actually going to the gym consistently. Weirdly enough, like I go Monday through Friday. I just think that discipline and that routine has really helped me overcome my emotions. Like, even if it's a red day, I go to the gym. It helps me work through my emotions. If I have a green day, I still go to the gym, and it helps me kind of like humble myself a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then also just really focusing on risk management and making sure to focus on my A+ setups, because if I'm only risking 5 to 6, 5 or 6 ticks per trade, then that's 10 trades that I can fail and then not blow up the account. But then it's the days where it's like, you start digging yourself a bigger hole. And in my opinion, that's when the discipline comes in, and like having a really solid routine after those red and green days.
Right. Yeah. It's digging yourself a hole and not stopping, and knowing when to stop. I mean, there's a difference there. That's, it's going to keep you in the game. You have to have an action. You know, bad day, it's going to happen. They're part of the business. So it's good. It's good stuff. Let me ask you about Topstep. Has Topstep made you a better trader?
Yeah, 1,000%. You know, just the discipline and the. I think I posted on my story one time where it's like you don't want it to be easy. You just want to get better at it. You know, you don't want, like I said, the. There's been probably 3 times where I got really frustrated with the Top Step rules and then put my own money in the account and lost it within like 3 to 5 days. You know, and that's a much more expensive loss than, you know, the fee, you know, than the monthly fee. And then it's just, you just have to just stick with it and just kind of trust the process, you know, and understand that those rules are there for a reason, even though it's hard to see it at that time. You know, like I said, I've been doing Top Step for a little over a year, and I've gone through it, the ups and downs, the frustrations. But at the end of the day, it's like if you can't get through the combine, if you can't become a funded trader, then there's no point of putting your own money into the market.
Exactly. Very well said. Very well said. What's one of the Topstep rules that's helped you the most?
I think $1,000 a day, um, the $1,000 a day loss limit, because I'm in the 50K funded account.
Okay.
So just having a loss limit, because again, that's when I lost it when I had my own money in there. Is I think I only put $1,000 in, and I just kept having that opportunity to continue trading, and I did, and it was gone. You know, so it's that loss limit is great. You know, and again, it helps you work on your risk reward. It helps you work on your ratios. So.
Okay. Now, if you could, advice. What advice would you give someone who's new to trading?
Like I said earlier, just trust the process, you know, and again, you don't want it to be easy. You just want to get better at it. So if something's not working time and time again, you know, don't have such a big ego to where you can't acknowledge the, you know, the areas of improvement that you need to make. You know, it's kind of something that like you have to think of as like cheap tuition, you know, instead of college or anything you want to do that way. I mean, I spent probably like $2,600 on the combine last year, you know, and my first payout was 3,000, you know, so it's just like, it really is cheap tuition if you want to do it for the rest of your life.
Dylan, appreciate you being here with us and sharing your success and your failure and success again. But besides trading, what do you got? Hobbies, collections, sports, music?
I like to play blackjack.
Okay.
I mean, like and exercise. So I mean, I got a family of 4, and I got 2 dogs, so just living the family life, and you know, just I trade to be able to spend more time, not to spend more money. You know, so
I like that.
Just kind of just hang, just to hang out a little bit. You know, be able to enjoy the days when we have them, and play blackjack whenever we can.
All right. Now for the fun question, Dylan, you have purchased a time machine and you only have one time use for it. Are you going in the future or the past, and what time period?
Oh, that is a good question. That's a good surprise question. You know, I think I would go into the past. I think the past, and I feel like probably like the 90s. Because I feel like that's when, you know, right when I think that's right when the market started going on internet and stuff like that, right? I don't know. It would just be really cool to see like the hype of Wall Street, or like the, you know, like the peak of people actually being there trading and throwing papers and all that. So I guess that's what it would be. I can't think of anything else that I want to go see, and I definitely don't want to go into the future. So.
Well, I tell you, Dylan, we'll get together, you, me, and Hogue, and we'll talk about all that trading floor.
Cool.
Trading
Perfect.
floor
Love
fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, hey, thanks again, Dylan, for being with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Dylan, any last words?
Follow me on Instagram, Trader Blogs.
There you go. There you go.
All right,
I'm Eddie
cool. See you
Horn.
guys.
Stay focused, stay positive, trade well, and take care. We'll see you.